On episode 17 of the Mainly Wrestling Show, I'm the whitest man alive, Jack Milner. I'm joined by the coolest man alive, John Jacobs, and the enigmatic and incomparable Lissy Almeida. John, we're here to review the. I think this was like the best match of 1987, Ric Flair versus Barry Windham. We'll get to that
That's
later.
you?
20th, says me. Yeah, I'm a judge. 20th of January, 35 years ago. That's mainly because bit of a sad state of affairs. Barry Windham is currently in intensive care after suffering a heart attack in a week. So, a lot of love out there for Big BW, one of the hands down the best faction of all time, the Horsemen from '88, where Barry and Tully and Flair ran roughshod on Jim Crockett Promotions. And Lissy, your old man's got a soft spot for the big Texas, you don't?
Peter loves Betty Windham, so get well soon, Barry.
We need more Peter. We need more Peter Almeida like impressions in this show. I feel like we've been severely lacking the last few months.
I'll do my best today.
JJ, you're more excited. That's some bad news to start off with. It's been a very busy news week. I've actually watched Dynamite on time this week. How great was that main event?
Well, the last few Dynamite main events have obviously been trios matches with
Skip them all.
with the Elite,
Genuinely skip them all.
which for you is not exciting. But anytime you see FTR in a proper title match, it's exciting.
Man.
And do you know what? I think you've got to give a lot of credit to the Acclaimed, because when they had that initial match with Swerve and Our Glory, and they were so super over, and they weren't over necessarily for what they were doing in the ring. They were over for all the stuff outside of the ring. But how far they've come and taken that gimmick and improved in the ring, and being able to put on a match of that caliber with FTR. It took four to tango. It took two teams to tango. But yeah, fair play to both of them. It was an awesome main event.
I was thinking that last night, because FTR look great with kind of anyone, right? If providing they're on their level. But I was thinking, bloody hell, Anthony Bowen.
On their level?
Yeah, Anthony Bowens has improved stratospherically in like the last 12 months, and that match last night blew my tits off. And I did it where, when you're not looking at the how long's left, right? So I deliberately shied away from that and just thought I'll just enjoy this for 25 minutes. And that, I mean, it's not quite FTR Bucks, which I thought was match of the year, but again, Lissy, tag team wrestling is in rude health.
Hold on. What'd you say? FTR and who?
Bucks. That's a great match.
Oh, okay. I know how you feel about them, so I just wanted to make sure.
It was an FTR style match, wasn't it? So I mean, obviously it's going to be. Okay. It wasn't none of that.
We're saving our best odds for next week.
Yes.
What was that Roy Keane thing going? The little jig, the manager got involved, and you don't know Roy Keane is Lissy. Never mind. Tag team wrestling.
I've started to get. I think it's because of you guys, but a lot of his stuff has started to pop up on my algorithm.
Probably because that's me. Follow No Context Keen on TikTok, yes, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hey, sold 100 Christmas jumpers this year. Shout out Keno. Lissy, tag team wrestling, rude health. You must be pleased.
What?
Tag team wrestling.
This is a professional. This is a professional broadcaster. She's employed by a wrestling company to do this. Can you believe this? Outrageous.
I didn't understand what you said. I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
Tag team wrestling is in rude health. Do you not think? It's doing wonderful, darling. It's doing wonderful, fabulous.
No, I know. I'm gonna say this because I've said it so many times. I love tag team wrestling. I really do. I'm very happy to see a lot of these teams doing well, but also you guys know that I'm a big fan of teams that come together organically, or teams that want to be teams. Let's just call it what it is. So I'm excited to see where we go. I'm on the same token here. I'm a little concerned about the trios world in AEW, and I don't know if you guys agree.
You're asking two very different contrasted. I would say it's a complete waste of time.
The tag team universe. I think tag team's doing good. I don't really know if there's I guess I'm branching off because we're on the best of 7 series right now. Do we have enough trios teams to actually sustain a trios division is my first question. Secondly, I'm sorry, I love the Elite, but I'm so tired of this best of 7. It should have just been best of 3, in my opinion. But keep going.
Look, I mean, so from my point of view, Jack,
Self-indulgent.
I know you're not a fan of the Elite in general.
Like Kenny.
You're
Kenny's very good.
fine.
Yeah.
And the other 2 of them had match of the year, but aside from that, you're not a fan. But look, like,
Fair. Very
yeah,
fair.
I was skeptical, but I think all of their matches so far have been really, really good and all really, really different, which is like such a challenge to like all have their own kind of identity as matches. I don't even know who's going to win it. Like
The Elite,
obviously,
100%.
It's the Elite. They have
They're
to win
getting, they're
it.
getting their belts back, baby. Too
Got
sweet.
but like, but there is that possibility that they don't, right? It's not like a foregone conclusion in my opinion. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it so far. In terms of is there the depth there? It is really difficult, right? Because like everything was building towards the Elite versus Adam Cole and his guys, and like I think Tony Khan said in the ROH press conference yesterday, like they've had like so many problems from whether it's been like leading up to Forbidden Door when they had to change everything. A lot of the big stars that they wanted to come in got pulled out from under the fallout from All Out. Like everything got changed. They had to change it up. Regal going, Punk gone, like all of these things that were like integral parts of what their long-term plans were, and they just had to shift things around. I think that TK will do as good as he can with the cards that he's dealt, right? I can see, I guess you're going to go Elite House of Black next, potentially.
They did look great coming back. Was it 2 weeks ago when they just beat the shit out of
So
everyone?
happy to see Malachi back, by the way.
I can see Claudio being pulled into the Jericho Appreciation Society.
No, he beats Jericho clean Saturday, surely.
I don't want to see it.
Claudio's a wrestler. No.
I can see Claudio going there, and you can have Hager and Claudio and Garcia as a trio, and you're going to have.
But you have Garcia and the 2.0, right? They were trio like last year.
Yeah, but it feels like 2.0 or 2.0 and Garcia and
they're his son. They call him our son.
And
Jericho's little brother.
Garcia. But so the other question for me is obviously tag teams, the Acclaimed have got at the moment. I don't really see many challenges for them, right? It's like the Gun Club. Like who else is there? 2.0.
Swerve Our Glory is done.
Like that's not a thing.
What happened?
Like the House of Black are going to be going for trios.
Sorry to interrupt. The last thing I saw was I thought this was really well done. Was it 2 weeks ago where Swerve came in the back and went, "Let's talk," and just pushed the camera away. Has something else happened since then?
Nope. And they've got a match on Saturday. So I don't know what
against who?
Someone in ROH.
Oh. How badly is ROH? Are you one of the Sidgwick mega fans who believe that ROH is severely affecting the AEW product now?
It is affecting it, and it is. I mean, I don't care for a lot of it. I probably wouldn't have watched Final Battle, but the fact that it's on at 10 p.m. our time, which is like such a rarity, is like, okay, yeah, I'll probably tune in because it's.
Briscoe's FTR dog collar match sold me, and like, right, that match is on, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never a big fan of dog collar matches in general. But I mean, FTR versus Briscoe's, I think that if anyone's going to do it, they'll do it. Yeah, I'll probably end up watching it, but like, I'm not really that fussed. Like the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Blackpool Combat Club, it just feels like it's been going on for so long. Like this is the person that he beat for the title, and then like 8-9 defenses later, he's fighting him again. It's like, okay.
To be fair, Moxley addressed that, didn't he, yesterday? He went, after Saturday, this is done. And I think TK is finally he's not a guy to really react to social media criticism, right? But for like the last 8 weeks, went, why the fuck are they still feuding? They had the big blow off. They had the War Games, right? Or whatever it was called. Like, where's Eddie Kingston right now?
Right.
It seems.
I would have thought you would have at least seen him in the Battle Royal. I'm really surprised.
They must have some good. They must have some good cocaine in Tampa. Is he from Tampa? No, he's from
New York.
He's Jacksonville. He's from Chicago, right?
Who? Eddie Kingston?
No, I meant TK Jackson.
Oh, I Oh,
Jack, I'm really surprised you've got Claudio as Fav. He's a 3-1 shot in the betting.
I think Claudio wins. Yeah.
1-5 Jericho, 3-1 Claudio.
Give us some other
I
odds
just don't.
give us some other odds for Saturday. You're
yeah, let's go.
you're the
Sure.
PR rep here, JJ.
Daniel Garcia versus Wheeler Yuta
No interest.
for that Pure Championship.
Garcia
Daniel Garcia
wins.
is 1-3 to remain.
Yep.
You've got
Jack
Mercedes
is the worst.
Martinez defending title against Athena.
Who cares?
Athena is the 4-6 Fav.
Love Athena, by the way, but they've had no build to that rubbish.
Samoa Joe is defending his TV title against Duke
101.
Robinson.
Should be 10.
He's the 1-2 Fav.
1-2.
Yeah.
How much will he take? Can we discuss this off air? Is Greg Greg a good layer? Yeah.
This is not Greg. This is someone else in the group. But yeah,
Okay.
you could probably get 400 onto and 200, I imagine. You want to?
Did I tell you I had a 50-to-1 winner when I was at Aintree on Saturday?
You did not. We can discuss that later. Swerve and Our Glory is 4-7 to beat Shane Taylor and JD Griffey.
Who the fuck them two? Who's Shane Taylor?
FTR are 11-8 against the Briscoes.
Yeah,
who are 8-15.
I think the Briscoes go over.
So interesting.
I think they're gonna. I think ROH get a TV deal next year, and the Briscoes become the face of their tag division, right?
Well, that's their home. It makes sense.
Chances are that FTR are going to be gone by the end of their contract, which is early next year, right?
They've really if you look at how they phrased everything, because I think they got their release. It was as a pandemic. It wasn't. It was 2020, 3-year deal. So I think they showed up about May, June-ish, 2023.
6 months.
And Dax he's very dramatic, isn't he? God love him. I'm just here to put food on my table for my family and wrestle the best matches with my best friend. And they've been didn't he wrestle with, I've still not seen the stuff from Ricky Steamboat. Was it last week and the weekend before?
Didn't he also wrestle Speedball Mike Bailey recently? I
don't know who that is. Speedball Mike Bailey. Good name. Speedball.
Yeah, probably. I mean, in terms of if you're looking at Wrestler of the Year's list from outside of the big promotions, he's gonna be up there on the indie scene. But yeah,
you actually look like a wrestling correspondent right now, JJ, as well. I don't know why, but I believe you when you say these things. That carries a lot of credence. He looks like he could be like the wrestling correspondent for Talk
I'm on a wrestling YouTube.
JJ, listen. We all have a job here, and I don't know why you're just realizing this. JJ is the numbers man.
Is he?
I thought I was the looker.
I thought he was the man that lends credibility. Yeah. No, I'm the wrestling anorak.
JJ knows so many stats that, first of all, stats are not my thing. But obviously with
money.
What?
So you work in money though, and numbers.
I work in IT. I want to be very clear.
Why can you not start this as a podcast for us then?
I'm like the white stat guy Greg of wrestling podcast.
The who?
Stat guy Greg. Come on.
He doesn't know anybody.
Zach.
Because when we clip this up and we tag stat guy Greg and you go who, now I look like an idiot. Greg, big fan.
Stat
guy Greg.
Never heard of him. What did he do?
The stat guy.
Stats,
Greg.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Pete Rosenberg's podcast.
Who's Pete Rosenberg?
He does the pre-shows for a lot of WWE.
No, are you serious right now or are you joking?
No, I've never heard of him.
Pete Rosenberg. He's been on WWE loads. He was the WWE 24/7 champion for a while.
No, I did. Can I say it sounds a very Jewish? I know you can't really talk. Kanye has ruined that.
He's Jewish.
It sounds a very Jewish name. He sounds like a nice chap and all, but I've watched WWE.
Are you trying to get canceled? I just want to know.
I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm not. God, I didn't even go near any memes for that last week. It was
Jewishness is part of his identity on the show. He talks non-stop about Jewish food and his love for bagels and cream cheese.
Yes. No, that's all wonderful.
Bagels and cream cheese. That's Jewish.
So this is usually the part where somebody's like, Joseph, cut that out. I don't know who's going to be the next guy, but whoever you are, cut that out, please, because he doesn't know what he's saying.
Frank will end up doing it.
Our
That's fine.
Frankie. Frank is an angel.
Frank was in
Anyway,
Cardiff today.
Pete
Yeah.
Rosenberg, that guy Greg, Cheap Pete, big fan of the show. But apparently I'm the
That guy
stats guy.
JJ.
Can they give you?
That guy JJ.
Let's get it going.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, all that stuff. Listen, do you want to lead on the story of Sasha Banks perhaps being in New Japan Pro Wrestling for Wrestle Kingdom?
No.
You don't? Okay. John?
John?
I'll get you to discuss the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
don't
Harry.
get me
please,
started with
do
that
not make me
bullshit.
listen.
Lorraine's rage.
I don't even want to watch it. I don't care. Please do not make me listen to you guys talk about it. If I
No,
see anything about it
I'm
on
not
Twitter,
gonna
I
watch it.
scroll past it.
Lorraine's
don't
watched
talk
it and I
about it.
said I'm not giving him the numbers.
I'm not giving them the views. I'm not giving them the views. Thank you, John. This is the first
Don't
time
talk
that
to
the
me.
three of us are on the same page. We're
For
not
something
watching
royal.
that.
So
Yeah.
back to wrestling. Sasha
Let's
Banks,
go.
get that bag. Do your thing. Know your worth. You left WWE. And now you're getting bookings and you're doing something you love. I hope that it all goes well for you.
Is she doing something she loves? What does she love?
Something that she wants to do, clearly, right? I'm pretty sure she has her pick right now. If she went
Doing
to WWE,
something
they would
because
take
somebody
her.
offers you a lot of money.
No,
Shout out Meghan
no.
Markle.
No, I think,
Is-
no, hold on. I think she could get money at WWE, AEW, or anywhere else she wanted to go, right? She could even never go back to wrestling and do her movies and do her Star Wars shows and whatever else she wants to do. Like, she is a name in the mainstream. She is a name in wrestling. She has her pick. And if that's what she's chosen to do, I hope that she has an awesome time doing it.
What's her full name?
Mercedes the something.
And you're a wrestling fan, so she's not a name in the mainstream, is she?
Jack,
She can't
Jack,
use
let's
Sasha
go.
Banks.
Jack, let's fucking
But
go.
When
I'm not a
Sable
Star
left
Wars
the
fan.
WWE, she was not allowed to be called
Mercedes
Sable.
Bernardo?
She was
Is it
down as
Bernardo?
Reina Mero. I genuinely don't know. But I'm saying, when Sable left, she had to go as Reina Mero. Nobody knew who the fuck she was.
JJ, you set yourself up for that one, big dog.
But you don't know her name, so she isn't a name in the mainstream.
Okay.
But
I'm not a Star Wars fan. Like I don't. If you ask me to name any Star Wars, or spin-off of Star Wars
Ewan McGregor
actor, I probably would not be able to do that.
Lissy does have a point in terms of doing business the right way, though, right? Regal had a conversation. How can we do this? What's best for business? However, I'm being offered this role that I did before my son's there. Let's work something out. She just walked.
Yeah, but I think that there's a difference between how TK is going to treat someone who comes to them and says, I would like to do this. Like, can you be kind enough to allow me to? Versus the response that I think Sasha or Naomi would have got had they gone to Vincent at that time and tried to do the same. And I'm not saying it's the right way to go about it, but we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Guys, Vince has been gone 4 months. 4
months.
Yeah, but at the time when she left, Vince was in charge.
And guess what? He's been gone for 4 months. My understanding is she has a great working relationship with Triple H, who's in charge now. Like, you don't think that 4 months is enough time to work something out?
No, I'm sure she could have, but we don't know what conversations have been had, and she's made her decision, right? I mean, she's not bound to go back to WWE.
No, and I don't think she is. And here's where I am objectively, right? Do I think that people should people be paid? Absolutely. Everybody wants to get their bag. Everybody wants to get money. Everybody deserves to get paid what they're worth. And as a woman and as a woman of color, I can't not advocate for that, because I advocate for that in my field. I advocate for that in any field, because it's hard for women. And then, okay, the number of women wrestlers, the number of Black women wrestlers, let's just call it what it is. So I do advocate for that side of things. However, the old school part of me, like we've always said, Jack and I, it's just do business the right way. It doesn't look good for you as a brand to walk off and be like, oh, I'm not doing the job. It's it may not send the right message, and it sets the wrong tone, because yeah, Sasha can do that, but not everybody can do that either.
No one has a stroke to do it. Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, listen, I start a new job in the new year, right? And I went to the people. Thank you very much. And I went to the people I'm with now saying, look, they're going to offer this pay increase. I don't expect you to match it. They want me to start now. I've told them I need to work out how you want me to go first. So how much notice you want me to give? How long do you want me to stay and help out? And again, and this is a weird thing. Vince always said, like, when Regal joined WCW, they said, "We've got a flight for you next week." He went, "Absolutely not. I've got a commitment to this guy in Germany. I'm here for the next 28 days." And same whenever Vince hired people, they always, if the wrestler told Vince, like, "I've got bookings next 3 or 4 weeks, or I'm running this angle, I've got to finish it with them first." Perfect. Always do business the right way so you can go back to them afterwards.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there is hesitation to take Sasha back, given how she's left. Does that make sense?
And I agree and I understand
Because
that.
she
And
may do it again, right?
there's no guarantee, right? And I think that I don't know when her contract was supposed to be up, or how much she was getting paid, how much she wanted to get paid and stuff like that. But like, if you agree to certain terms and you're contractually bound to those terms up until a certain date, yeah, when it's time to renegotiate, you're like, listen, I've been doing numbers in March. I've been, people are paying to see me. Like, I'm a main event star. I can main event WrestleMania. I can, like you said, JJ, I have crossover appeal. I have all these other fans. I have, X amount. Of course, it's 2022. I have X amount of followers on Instagram, Twitter, all these places. Like, I do have a really big following. And like I said, you use all that as the leverage at the right time to get the money that you deserve.
Yeah, and as you said, that is something you bring to the negotiating table when you
Yes.
sign a contract. Once you sign the
Yes.
contract, it's there in writing.
Right. Or you
I
ask,
mean,
if she asked to renegotiate and they said, no, we need 6 months, or we need a year, or we need you to wait till the end of your contract, it sucks. And it's human. And it's, the thing is, like, we allow, there's a certain point where you can't let your emotions overcome you. Cause it's like, it sucks. Like, she's losing time wrestling. Like, the days of wrestling are fleeting.
there's a
How long
certain
has it been
Phil
since
who
she's been on
wasted
TV?
like 10 years on the sidelines waiting for his moment, and didn't go well. Body broke down, didn't work out. But look, I
But
mean, wrestling and WWE, WWF in general over the past 25, 30 years, probably even
Did you
longer,
say
littered,
WWF? Wow.
going
go on,
back that far, right?
shout out to the
Like,
Fed.
littered with stories of wrestlers not being treated well, or
Yeah.
you can look at Brett, or you can look at other people that have walked out, or people whose contracts have been extended when they want to leave because they were injured, or people who want to leave but can't leave, not being used. Like, so many situations. And I'm not saying that the way Sasha went about it was right. It's certainly not a way that I would ever leave the company, but that's what she felt that's what she felt she had to do at the time, right? So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just hope for her, as me as a wrestling fan, I want to see her in a wrestling ring. Me as a human, I want to see her be happy, and that's it as far as I'm concerned.
And that's fair. And I want to see her happy too. And I want to see her in a ring, because I think that those two go together. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I do think that she's happy in the ring but also, guys, it's life. Not everything's going to go the way that we want it to all the time. So,
Yeah.
Would you
yeah.
agree it has been the most interesting year for pro wrestling in many years, just in terms of
100%.
turbulence, news
Hands
stories?
down.
I mean Vince stepping down, right?
We're
That's
talking outside the ring, right? Not even inside the ring. But
It's
yeah,
all around, right? Like, I'm
inside the ring's
thinking
been poor by comparison. It's just the drama
th-
outside.
this has been the most interesting year in wrestling since at least when Vince bought WCW.
I
At
remember,
least.
like, back in January when we were like, "Oh my God, Vince has fired his own son. This year is crazy."
Well,
Everyone's forgot about that now.
I know,
It's
we
got
actually
crazier
forgot
and
about
crazier.
Shane. I think people might welcome him
Oh,
back
shame.
if they see him, but um, I don't know. It's been a hell of a year. I think if you told us in January that all of these allegations are going to come out against Vince, like, would you be surprised? Probably not.
No,
But
not at
like,
all.
him leaving the company or stepping down was definitely a shock.
He just retired. That's all it was it? He's
Yeah.
retired. He just wanted to retire. Nothing wrong
He
with that.
retired at the tender age of what, 76?
He's playing golf every day and whatever else retired people do. I don't know what they do.
The
So
thing
Vince
with
retiring, Austin coming back to wrestling, the CM Punk and the Elite stuff, like not Austin
Ooh.
coming back to wrestling, Austin coming back to main event WrestleMania, night one,
That was
in
wild.
brackets.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's been some year.
do you think? I mean, the thing with when the allegations came out, Vince just came out on TV every week and just went, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw, yeah." We're
He
gonna
said,
crush it
"We're
for you."
Forever.
And then see you
now
later.
together forever."
But he did.
What a
He just
guy.
turned up, laughed it off, and fucked off basically. Like, I'm Teflon.
What a
And
guy.
everyone, until the board went, "You have to fuck off now."
That's
Oh.
enough.
That's enough, right? So 2022, we'll have our end of year awards next week. In the meantime, we're going to watch something close to my heart: Ric Flair versus Barry Windham, 20th of January, 1987. Lisa, are you excited by this?
I'm eating a granola bar and it's so hard.
You are really adulting to its fullest, aren't you?
You have no idea. So you said, as the Flair expert here, that this was the best match of 1987.
Match of the year, 87. Yeah, 1 hour time limit draw. Oh, spoiler alert! Sorry.
Oh
Sorry,
God.
sorry, JJ.
It says
1
34
hour.
minutes.
I know it's been cut. This was aired on Worldwide Wrestling TV. I think Dusty's on commentary. It is phenomenal. Flair and
Okay.
Barry's chemistry was, I mean, Flair in 87, 85 to about 87, 8, 9. Flair was on a different level. But yeah, his chemistry with Barry was only seconded to that, him and Steamboat, and then him and Sting back in third. But it is poetry.
So
For
is
some
this version
reason,
that we're watching highlights?
no, it's just cut out for TV ads, right? So this was how
Okay.
it aired in America.
I see.
Worldwide Wrestling never made it to the network because it was basic local syndication in
Mhm.
the Carolinas, Virginia, I think Georgia, and it's like kind of restored. So I think they paid someone. Cornette's got all these old tapes, right? I think they paid him to get it on Flair's Best of DVD. But yeah, I don't think
Okay.
you'll probably have never seen anything of Flair, Barry Windham in his pomp before. I'm guessing, JJ.
No.
Betty.
Barry Windham 87, 88 was a very close second as the best wrestler in the world.
Okay.
To coin a CM Punk phrase. So
Behind who? Behind Terry Taylor?
I'm not even going to buy that. That's embarrassing. I mean, if you want to get a bike, you can do like JJ without you and Sasha Banks. That's a bite. Right. If you load it up, ladies and gentlemen, if you bring out
Okay, ready.
that
So, I mean, obviously, people watching this are probably going to struggle to find this version, right? Unless they've got the
search
best
on
of Ric Flair
YouTube for
DVD
Worldwide
knocking about.
Wrestling. Search on Daily Motion, January the 20th, 1987. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll open up my Google Drive. I'll just put the link in the
But we
comments.
can do. I mean, I guess that this isn't going to be tracked too much for copyright. We can probably do quite a lot of cuts.
I think so, yeah. I
to
hope so.
good parts.
If not, I'll just do what I did last time. Just post it on Facebook. Nobody's to shit. And by the way, 11,000 on Facebook. Thanks for following us.
Thanks,
I
guys.
keep doing the Ricky Starks. Do you know when he goes to the turnbuckle and goes,
We didn't talk about him.
we can talk about it just at the end. We're going to click play
Spear
in
in the biz.
3, 2, 1. That is trucking Tom Miller.
What a robe.
Oh, I've not got any sound. That sucks.
You
don't
should
need
have.
it.
No, I mean, sometimes when you're on Zoom, it focuses that sound and doesn't play any other sound.
Oh, track it, yeah. I know I'm doing. But yeah, Ricky Starks. I messaged in the group this morning after going on. Fucking Ricky fucking Starks. Like, that boy cut the prom of his life last night.
He did.
And that was needed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
mean, we were
was-
saying in our chat today, right? Like, MJF did such a good job in like putting him over by like letting him have the last word
Yes.
and
You have to show ass as a heel.
selling for that spear was just like it was unreal.
I mean, the fact he had pink socks as well really highlighted the fact I have been speared out of my shoes.
Yeah, you can see right before it, like he's kicked his shoes half off,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
doesn't miss a beat, and then they just fly. It's amazing. It looks great.
MJF will beat Flair. Again, look at that. the big gold belt on the brown leather is. Mwah. But
You
MJF
can't
will
call
be
this
Flair.
skin brown leather. That's not nice.
Dream on
Stick
commentary,
to my
by the way.
stats.
Dusty's amazing. MJF will be like Flair because you are the best in the world, as it were, but also a heel being chased. Everyone thinks if they get you on your day, MJF would be a perfect like world champion in the territory days.
Hmm.
Like, look at this. Look at Barry Windham compared to Flair. You think, how can he not beat him?
The thing with a lot of the guys that MJF will come up against, right? Like he's not a big guy. He's not, he's in good shape, but he's not jacked.
I mean, he's
You
going.
get someone
He's
like
going.
Powerhouse Hobbs against MJF, like you think that Hobbs should be able to take him.
Listen to that crowd.
Just
Yeah,
fought for everything.
I think that's part of it though, right? Like if we're looking at the parallels here, like Flair wasn't the biggest guy. He didn't, and I've heard him say it many times for like, I wasn't always the biggest guy. I didn't always have the best body, but like he knew how to win and he knew how to put on the match that told the story, right?
He made his opponent look like, and again, this is like the old days of the traveling world champion, right? You've got to make the other guy look good, like he's about to beat you, and you've got luck in escape with the belt.
Right.
So
exactly.
when they come back next month, this time he's going to beat him.
On MJF, so I mean, I put together a market on who would be the next AEW champion after MJF. I think that's over a year away, but
Ooh.
I'd be curious who you would put as the favorite.
What price is Punk?
Punk's there.
So about 8 to 1.
I'll pull it up.
What?
He's bringing.
Who would be the next AEW champion? Yes, 8 to 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, 8 to 1.
Not you. Just not you. Anybody but him.
Punk, if Punk comes back all out and he just stands at the ring, like, fuck me, that is money. Oh, how could they not see? Who would be favourite?
This was like really. It was so tough to like pick some people at the top of the market.
What price is the favourite? About
4 to 1. I got a 4 to 1 and a 9 to 2.
Jungle Boy could be built up, but I think it's probably too soon for him.
Got him at
10. Kenny's probably single figures.
Kenny is
6 to 1.
13 to 2.
Not even close. Listen, I know none of this makes sense to you, but
I know betting.
JJ and I are quite in sync here. This shows that the prices are quite right as well.
I've been your friend long enough to know these statistics and what they mean.
Hey, look, there's £500 in the holiday fund after that winner at Aintree.
Kind of.
Reversal, back body drop, nice hip toss. Price is Moxley, 5s?
No, 14.
Really?
I think Moxley. Honestly, he's in the back of the line.
Yeah, Moxley's going to turn heel soon.
It's too much. I think is Danielson there, buddy?
Danielson is 13 to 2.
No, that'd be a big lie. If I could get Danielson is going to retire pretty much within the next 12 months.
Okay.
Okay. Where is Ricky anywhere on that list, buddy?
Ricky is the second fab.
No.
At 9 to 2.
Not
so
really.
I think that he's going to be his first challenger, and I think that there's a good chance he could be his last challenger before he beats him. Like, he loses this one, it's back of the line, kid, you don't get another shot against me, builds himself up, and in a year's time, he's the babyface that's got to save the company because this guy wants to leave and go to WWE in 2024.
Oh, I love that drop.
It could even be a case of winning the Dynamite Diamond ring again and then being like, I've got it back. You want it, you fight me. And then he beats him for it.
2 I would be interested in it because I think you probably overpriced them. Hangman and Darby Allin.
Okay.
I think you probably have Darby Allin about 16s, and I think that's probably too big.
Hangman is 16.
Big price.
Darby Allin is 20s.
Big prices.
So far,
Darby has got a lot of history with MJF, remember?
You're welcome to have a bet. The only people I've taken action on so far is Danielson at 13 to 2. Eddie Kingston at 10 to 1.
Yes. What price is Eddie?
10 to 1.
Yeah, Eddie's a shout. That would
What?
be, yeah. I saw a
And,
theory about
and
this online in the week, actually, saying MJF is
I
going
see
to
it.
leave. Eddie is like the. Lissy, do you remember Homicide win the ROH World Title 2006 final battle?
Well, I could only for the storytelling aspect of it, because MJF is this, he's big, he's rich, he's Mr. Burberry, he's better than you, and he turns
And
his
you know
nose
it.
up at every, huh?
And you know it.
And you know it, right? I think they could do really good, storytelling. I think that, they could do good business. MJF can carry anybody. It doesn't really matter, right? But like Eddie is rough around the edges.
MJF took shots at Moxley and his stupid little friend Eddie in the build up, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it was alluded at big drop kick. Look at the crowd, man. Look mental.
the other person that I've took action on, by the way, is Hook at 25-1.
No.
Where has he been?
There was a
Say again?
feature on him yesterday, showing me he's been wrestling on Rampage.
Yeah.
I know,
Anyway,
but like,
the favorite is Wardlow at 4.
I don't think he's that kind of guy.
to be honest, until
But-
you just said that, I completely forgot that they
I know.
had their little
There you go.
whatever.
Because
Yeah.
because
The
MJF
working.
got beat by Wardlow, right? He was put on a stretcher, and the day after, MJF came out and called Tony Khan a fucking mark. Fire
Yeah.
me, you fucking mark.
Yeah.
It's been a wild year. It really has. You remember a day after doing a job clean to Wardlow and put out on a stretcher, he comes out and gets suspended for 3 months.
Anyway, look, anyone wants to bet on who's going to be the next AEW champion? Just drop us a DM on Twitter, mainly wrestling. We'll sort it
Oh,
out.
right, I thought you were asking me.
I know. I mean, you can
JJ,
as
take
well
a
if you want.
screenshot. Take a screenshot of the prices. We'll post them out. You've got the logins. You do it.
You do it.
I'm not.
Why am I doing everything?
The biggest price is -1 at 500-1. Just if MJF's reign goes on a really long time, -1 could be the man to save the company in 8 years' time. Talking Bruno Sammartino levels, right?
8 years running Bruno.
Yeah, I mean it's just in an Excel spreadsheet. It's not a particularly exciting.
That's why you're the stats man.
I am the stats man.
Guys, where are we? Sorry, my stream froze.
We are
902,
903,
903, 904.
5.
Barry Windham has got a headlock. Ric Flair is getting to his knees. Back to it's Tony Schiavone and Dusty Rhodes. What a commentary team.
What's happening?
Look at the crowd whenever Barry does anything. Oh,
Oh,
no, not a commercial break. And that's why it's not 60 minutes, JJ.
commercial breaking.
It's not the BBC, is it? Even with this beer, baby. And I think it's like, if I hear Dusty's voice, I'll be doing it around the house the next 2 or 3 days. Lorraine hates it.
Kill you.
Will you stop talking like that, stupid man? What are you talking about, this American dream? Too sweet to be sour. Stop talking like that. Our son's going to talk like that.
But...
Nothing wrong with a little bit of a leaf around here. You understand?
Okay, sorry, where are we? 10 minutes to something now?
10 minutes, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2.
Caught you guys. Okay, good.
Like, I know I'm really sad, but this is my type of wrestling.
We know.
Sorry to the elite and these fucking 6-man tags. Just
They just don't do it for you, do they, buddy?
I'm not gonna lie. I was really surprised by that FTR Acclaim match because it went and it went and then it went and it kept going, and I'm thinking to myself, the finish has to be this or the finish has to be that, and they did the thing where they went gaze. Look at the guy in the jacket. Oh, I missed those old wrestling crowds.
Look at that barricade. Like, it's so...
So 80s. Look at the police guys.
A kid could just crawl through there. Was this, Jack? Sorry, I'm choking. Was this on one of those like this was TV studio, right? Or no?
No.
Is
Look
this
at the
an
crowd.
arena?
I think this is Raleigh, North Carolina. Maybe Greenville. It was definitely like
Where they're packed in there like sardines.
it was Crockett country. Like I said, this was Dusty. So Flair and Windham had been wrestling 1 hour draws pretty much on the loop, and the matches had been amazing. So Dusty, it was Booker at the time when we need to put this on TV. And like I said, it was a very rare thing to have one match as the show. Again, it was like watching Livewire as a kid, right? Or the weekly WWF show, and it's just what the champion versus the challenger didn't happen.
I think NXT did it once, right? They just had an hour-long show. When it was an hour-long show, they just had an
Was it
hour-long
the
show.
four guys in a Iron Man or something?
I don't remember. I just remember they did it. But yeah,
But it's like AEW started when it was Danielson Hangman, right? And it was that hour draw. It's a rarity.
that was the start of the year. Can you believe that? It feels like so long ago.
Wow.
Yeah, when
Or was it their second match?
did Hangman beat Kenny at Full Gear? And then Danielson he went through all the Dark Order. It's been a long year. It's been a really long year. You and I have aged. Lissy looks younger. What's the story there?
Called a glow up. It's called not having kids, I think.
Very much, yeah.
It's called staying sucker free. That's what it's called.
Sucker.
Hey now. Hey, JJ had his birthday, right?
Sure did.
Dusty's got his best three-piece. So look at Tony's mullet and stash here. Tremendous.
Phenomenal.
Nice beige suit.
Okay. Can we talk about something that's fairly near and dear to my heart? And I just remembered because Tony's on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to fix the format of the AEW commentary team?
I hate it. It's too happy, smiley, nicey. And do you know what? I'm shocked. I miss JR. I really do.
You miss JR? I'm shocked
JR.
right now.
I miss JR.
Write it down, JJ. Jack said that he missed JR.
JR was like 6 months ago. He had like a bit of a phase where he just didn't give a shit, did he? Just will. What am I doing on this show?
Got it.
Why isn't the referee? There's no clean tag there. Get him out the ring. But I can't have Tony.
No, but he was doing that in the. I remember he was annoyed about the tags in the tornado tag match in the cage between the Bucks and Lucha.
Lucha was
and it was
right.
and I mean it was like a 40-minute match or something. 20 minutes in, he's like, "They're not tagging." Like, yes, Jim. Do you know what this match is?
But yeah, the thing is as well, how good was Regal on commentary? I'm gonna miss that.
So good.
Yeah. So apparently he's not going to be able to be like an on-screen character in WWE. That was the agreement that they came to.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know if you watched or if you listened to the ROH press conference, but he kind of like had a little pop at Triple H for that tweet. He was like, considering how accommodating we've been, I was pretty disappointed that he decided to do that. Yeah, which I mean is fair, right? I mean, he's basically let Regal go. He could have taken him on for another year. He's basically let him go to be a nice person to Regal and let him be with his family, which is
given
what he
the
asked
fact
for.
his mom's just had a stroke, and it's like he was tugging at the parental heartstrings bond, right?
Well,
yeah, but Triple H is Vince's son-in-law. He's gonna play dirty. Don't be surprised.
No,
by
but
this.
it's a rare thing in the wrestling industry to like. He's basically giving a leg up to his competitor, right, by letting Regal go. He's losing someone who's super valuable to him on screen and giving away to them, and giving away someone to them who's going to be super valuable to them off screen, right? And he didn't have to do that. Yeah.
Right, but also like I mean, it does tear at your heartstrings a little bit because like you know that Regal is the War Games guy, right? So when you think about War Games, like you think about all of the little clips of him saying War Games. So I mean, it does show from Triple H's side, and you guys know I have to defend him if nobody else does here.
Oh, let's see. What's the flop? Great
It does.
flop.
It shows that he misses him, and
He's his
it
boy.
shows. I think he's done a really good job at righting a lot of the wrongs that have happened. In terms of people that were let go that didn't deserve to be let go or didn't need to be let go, or people that we still wanted to see, right? So I think Regal coming back is like part of that.
What do you think the thought process was them getting rid of Regal in the first place? Because that was like, of all the like sackings, like the two that stood out for me, Mike Chioda, like what? Mike?
I know.
And the second one, Regal. Like the guy who's been the head of talent in NXT and hired all these guys who've ended up being really good. What?
They let go of so many people for like just like stupidly.
But not
Bray
It was like a mass
not execs,
exodus.
not directors. Not again of a director level, right? Of a management position. That's
Yeah.
different.
Director.
But look at how much they messed about Jim Ross over the years. Like his wife had just died. He got another bout of Bell's palsy, and they're like, okay, well, you know, you look kind of weird with your mouth on TV now, so we're just gonna let you go. It's like, come on, like how much had he done for that company? Not just on screen, but off screen. And Vince was like, yeah, kick you to the curb.
And I think when he was ill, right, he went and got a colonoscopy. Vince was on Raw the next day, sticking his hand up a guy called Mr. Heine, a big plastic doll with a cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
Vince is weird. Who knew?
And Jim's just there at home with his wife, like, why are they doing this to me?
It's just certain stuff. It's poor taste.
You
I
know,
think. Okay, go ahead. I think that there's so many examples that we can bring up of stuff like that I'm like, this is just so tasteless. If you remember when I'm sure I've brought this up before. I don't know why it hurts me so much when the Anvil passed away, and I don't think it was even a couple months, Jack. I'm talking about when the Anvil passed away, and then
don't tell me
They
the
had his
table.
face on a table, right?
it was dragged, like just dragged into the storyline with Natalia, and it was just
It's like a meaningless storyline as well.
it was exactly like it was a meaningless storyline. It was like, dude, nobody wants to see that. Also, just because like she's, I mean, my understanding and in my opinion too, she's so highly regarded as, one of the best women's wrestlers, like not just in the ring, in the dressing room, but also
training,
all of the training, all of the PR that she does for the company. Like I thought that was the lowest of the low. And I can't imagine a situation where she was told about that and she felt comfortable. Like that was too low. If that was with my father, like I just wouldn't let it happen. I wouldn't.
I just think Vince is just a strange guy. Like, just doesn't, I don't know, doesn't get this like thing that people have around like so many things. Like the fact that he fired CM Punk on the day of his wedding, right? And like people were disappointed with their reaction when Luke Harper of John Huber died. Like that was one of the reasons that I think Punk gave for joining AEW, was like the way that they dealt with that situation.
Yeah. I just think certain stuff, like there's certain things that's like it's heat, and then there's other stuff that is just like, okay, let's just not and say we did.
A lot of this stuff is just like stuff that makes Vince laugh. Like the stuff with Mr. Heine, like who watching that was like, ha ha ha, Jim Ross, what a fucking loser. Like it's just something that would make Vince laugh. No one else cared. People just found it weird or confusing.
If you have a glad-handed yes men around you, who tell you, yeah, that's really good shit, that Vince. How's he going to train? How's he going to know any different? You missed a terrible blade job by Barry Windham, by the way.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Barry wasn't a regular blader, unlike the Nate who was, do it on the nightly.
He was a professional. He's still a professional.
He said like on his podcast, like he can't feel anything on his forehead anymore. It's just like scar
Shocking.
tissue. Because he's just blading yourself every night for 20 years.
Yeah.
Now we go to school.
Shocking.
You gotta know when the good points are coming, Jack, so you can track some of this for the viewers who have just been listening to us chat about AEW for the last 20 minutes while this classic is going on in front of us.
Classic.
I've not watched this match in so long. Again, JJ, the last year has been a blur. I've not had time to sit and watch wrestling.
Last
I
3
watch
years have been a
Dynamite.
blur,
No,
man.
I normally watch Dynamite 6 days after it airs. It's like just
Yeah.
After a certain point, it's just like, okay, guys, we just have to talk about this because if you haven't seen it by now, you've at least scrolled past it.
sounds like
I'm
Flair.
lucky because I always have a quiet Thursday morning, so I always get to watch it straight
Listen
after.
to the crowd. What the hell did Dusty just say? Have you got commentary on?
Yeah, I do.
He just ordered. I think he ordered a beer for him and Tony. Made famous by Johnny Weaver, the Weaver like daddy. But the irony of this is when Flair first came to Jim Crockett Promotions, he was mentored by Barry's dad. So Barry's only about 26 here, 27. I think about 26. His
Hmm.
dad was Blackjack Mulligan. He was even bigger than him, like 6'8", big cowboy gimmick. Hence why when Barry Windham came back to the WF in 97, 98, he was part of the
New
new
Blackjack.
Blackjacks with Bradshaw, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It was better
97.
than the
Yeah.
Stalker.
This,
That was literally like worst in
was that,
my
was that
memory.
96, I think, maybe? Or was that
The
90?
Speaking of
worst
Bradshaw,
gimmick
Jack,
ever.
did you see the poker night on Raw?
Yeah, that was good.
I watched. Do you know? I listened to the Raw review. And they said Raw was very good this week, but no, I haven't watched it.
It was like the
JBL
thread throughout the show. They kept going back to the backstage, and you've got all these guys playing just in a poker tournament.
Was it a
Guys
kayfabe
and girls,
poker
I should
game
say.
or
It reminds you
It
of
was.
the APA days, guys.
Yeah.
Reminisce, some stuff you can recreate and it's cool and it's fresh because that was over 20 years ago now. Kids watching wrestling now don't even know what that is.
But I mean, the thing is, right? JBL, he's probably what now, in his early 50s. He's like a
55.
philanthropist, right? He's on Fox News.
Yeah, he's a
Bradshaw in 2000, him and Ron
different guy.
Simmons drinking beers, smoking cigars, playing poker. That looked like legit. And Ron Simmons was like, Ron Simmons is Ron Simmons, The fuck.
Yeah.
As he told the Simons once, I'm unfuckwithable. Yes, sir. This version of JBL, like, look at
Jack,
that. That's how bad the
times
blade
have
job
changed.
is.
Times have changed,
The
buddy.
times have changed, yeah. Would never happen today.
No.
I like JBL as a performer. I'm not a fan of him as a human. And there we have
What's
it.
he done to you as a human?
Yeah.
Not done
I'm
anything to me.
shocked to hear this from you, John
It's
Jacob.
just John. Treat people as they treat you. You've never had any interactions with him. Not I know of.
Oh, is it because he's a bully backstage?
Among other things.
What else?
What has he done?
I don't know, just like it's not a fan. It's the same as like Chris Jericho, right? Like, or yeah, there's a number of
Do you
people
mean
who
the Ocho?
like.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh my God. Can I say
I'm not gonna get
how
into
many
it.
nicknames
I've not
has
had a
Chris
drink yet.
Jericho had this year?
Siete ocho.
The Wizard. I hated that one. I hated that.
Because I'm a wizard. The sports entertainer,
I'm a
right?
what?
Oh my God. I think his best one in AEW was Les Champions. Like that was cool.
Yep.
The first
Yeah.
version of
Yes.
Jericho in AW was
Yes. That was great.
ooh, a little bit of the bubbly. Yeah, because
Spiraling since then.
But he's so good at like doing all of these things, right? Just creates a new gimmick and it just gets over.
no.
Oh, you love this. The classic Flair.
No. Beg for your life.
And Dusty's there saying, "You gotta stay on top of it, Daddy. Not the figure four."
So, Jack, I can't believe this hasn't come up yet. Matt Hardy has been on your TV a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, and I don't know how it hasn't come up. How do you feel about this?
JJ, have you listened to the What Culture AW review yet?
No.
Okay, so Sidgwick has a great take. The mega fans will forgive us. And he says, like, Tony Khan said after he brought him in, I'm not going to do the Matt Hardy delete stuff because it won't get over. Matt Hardy is willing it through his carny standard self. He's willing it into existence, right? So delete, and doing the Like, what the fuck are you doing, pal? What are you doing? You are like, you must be like 50 now. How old is he?
Oh my God.
I never watched TN. I never watched wrestling right when he was
It's the
doing
only
this.
thing he's done in the last 10 years that's actually got over, right? So
But he got
you've got
over
to
in
go back to
TNA
it.
when what 10,000 people were watching.
That was wonderful. I really, really appreciate. Can you do it again? That was wonderful.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Have some self-respect, man.
He's doing the thing though where he's like literally shaking now. Like he's trying
But
harder
he
and
is.
harder each week.
I can't remember who it was a few weeks ago. And I called someone the biggest grifter in the game. He is a carnot
Jeff
of the
Jarrett,
highest
probably.
order. Jeff Jarrett.
Oh my
Probably.
gosh.
Listen to Dusty
Oh,
Rhodes Citizen, Telly Blanchard and Anderson.
that was
Yeah.
great.
Matt Hardy, like, how is he still? Like,
How
do you
is
know what
he
the thing
still
was, right?
employed?
He was doing this thing on Ethan Page. I'm like, why are they even interacting with each other? And it was on the
It's a
review when
story on Dark.
something about
Your stablemates.
how.
Who knows?
There's a story on Dark. I haven't really followed it because obviously I don't watch Dark, but it's something like Ethan Page
does?
and the
Ethan
firm has
Page is in the firm though. I don't understand.
so that the firm like bought his contract and the private party contract. I
Right.
haven't
'Cause
followed this
they
contract
took
stuff.
over
I don't know
the
what's happening.
office.
Domino stretch.
They took over
Is
the
that what it
office.
was?
So
Jamie,
now they own Matt Hardy.
well, remember it was the Matt Hardy family's office, then it became the Andrade.
And then Andrade disappeared, and then it was the Roosh.
Yeah, it's been a
And
lot. It's been
now they've bought it. I mean, this has been going on for like 2.5 years.
yeah, it's been very
Maybe
unclear.
longer.
5 minutes left, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Might have to
We'll
start
lock
tracking
in.
it.
Sorry, Dad. We'll lock in.
From the top rope.
I know.
Wow.
Oh, the referee, what are you doing,
35
ref?
now. As he's going down for the pin, but
Oh,
obviously
they were a couple seconds off.
it was the guy ringing the bell was 2 seconds off. So
Well, you know,
Barry
it's a hard
Windham
job.
goes celebrating even though he's kicked out.
It's a hard job, guys. Okay. Us people who sit ringside, it's a lot of things going on. It's a lot of directives that are happening. It's very difficult
So
to
if this had been normal, right? Like, why are you grabbing the belt, Barry? He kicked out. Just
yeah. Just guys, come on. It was as Peter would say, it was 1987. Okay.
19 what?
He just looks like an idiot, like holding the belt.
Leave it alone. I have to take my inhaler. Please excuse me. I've been suffering.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm like dying.
He's way too happy for a guy that's just missed out on the title by half a second.
But that's the ring announcers fucked that up for him.
Hmm.
It should have been 1-2. Looks like he's got him beat, and then the bell goes, and
Anyway,
But just, I thought their chemistry was unbelievable there. Like there was nothing botched. It was all smooth. There's no big moves.
Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy. Big suplex, power slam, and the crowd were ready to come unglued.
Just good old fashioned wrestling.
So anyway, we've got another trios match back again next week. So that's
winter
nice.
is coming. Do you have an opinion which way it's going to go?
Don't care. I've literally skipped everything.
So
That's
it's 2-1
it. That's
to the what they call themselves? Death Triangle.
Death Triangle.
Death Triangle.
So
So 2-1 to them. They could have gone 3-0 up. Bucks pulled it back. I think Bucks pulled it back to 2-2. Because if you go 3-1 if you go 3-1 Death Triangle, then the next two matches are just like a given, right? Like
I don't know. I don't care.
So
they have to go 7. They have to go 7.
Right, that's what I mean. So I feel like if you go 3-1, then you know Bucks are going to win the next two, and then it's just down to the last one, right? So I think it's going to go 2-2.
I was so pleased when I was watching Dynamite from last week. I think I watched it yesterday morning, and he got to like 126. Now it's time for our main event. Oh, good, I can turn that off now. Oh, that's nice. Just saved half an hour. I was only watching to get all the like Brit and Jamie Hater stuff.
Oh, that's nice. please.
I'm a bloody good world champion as well, Tony Schiavone. You tell him, Jamie.
Tell him,
So-
Jamie.
So everyone thinks that Sasha Banks, well, not everyone, a lot of people think that Sasha Banks is going to be Soraya's mystery partner, right? In the tag team match. So they've
January
put
11th,
this
buddy.
January 11th. They booked this like a month in advance. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Soraya and ? And now because she's booked for Wrestle Kingdom, everyone's like, okay, well, she's not going to WWE. Do you think that that's realistic, or if not, who do you
Oh,
guys
that's right,
think
it's
that
January 11th.
it could be? Because for them to like build this up for a month, right, it's got to be someone big. They can't just go, here's Willow Nightingale, right? Because they want to be like, what the fuck?
Hey, you put some respect on my girl Willow's name.
You know what I mean? It can't just be something like, it has to be a surprise.
Guy.
Does
guy.
Tony Khan have a history of this is the greatest thing ever? You've got to watch
And
this.
it's not. And it's not. And it's not even close.
And it's Ivory teaming with Soraya. And no
But
disrespect to Ivory, by the way.
Oh, that's a good one. A legend.
Yeah. But if it was a big name, he wouldn't do it like this. It wouldn't be a mystery partner for a tag match, would it?
with Soraya, Britt Baker, and the women's champion.
is
Like,
someone
that's some way to
coming
come
back
Do you mean the
that has beef with Brit?
Chris
So,
Statlander?
so I was looking at Chris Statlander. She said 4 months ago that she was going to be out for 6 to 8 months. So this feels a bit too early for her.
It's a work, brother.
I mean,
I'm so
obviously
happy
it's possible,
that
right?
JJ, you see these things, I do not commit them to memory, but
Yeah, same.
thank God we have you. Okay,
I just remember
so
like Chris Statlander was looking in phenomenal condition when she had that bad injury.
so we think it's Statlander. Got it. Good. All right, cool.
I mean,
Oh, you know what it is, don't you? It's
Go on.
Thunder Rosa.
okay, could be Thunder.
This
Could
again.
be.
She's been sacked yet? I got a lot of abuse online for saying she's been sacked. She hasn't been sacked. She's injured. She just left. Look,
Well,
I've been in companies with. We have mutually terminated this arrangement.
well,
So-
I think. Go ahead, JJ.
So the list that we had put together, this is from most likely to least likely. Sasha first, most likely. Thunder Rosa, Naomi, Toni Storm, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Paige
Right.
Van Zandt, Hikaru Shida. Go on.
Naomi, is that the girl that was with Jade Cargill at some
Yes.
basketball game?
What?
Who is she?
Right, fine. She
Yes.
no. I'm
Mm.
talking Naomi, who was
Who is
Sasha's
she?
partner. What?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the same
right,
She
girl.
was
that's the
Sasha's
one.
partner.
Okay,
She walked
right.
out with Sasha.
What was her name
No,
with
no,
Sasha?
Jack, you're right. She was at the game with Jade Cargill.
Yeah. That's what I meant. I
Yes.
don't know who she's. I just saw she was tagged on like her Instagram and stuff, but I don't know who she is.
Of course you do.
Are you mad?
But she was Sasha Banks' tag partner.
Yes, they
Yes.
walked out together.
Okay. Oh, but I don't really know much about her. I just know that they both walked. I haven't watched wrestling on WWE for 8 years. Give me a break.
But we've covered it on this program.
I am very tired.
It was
Right?
incredible.
my God.
Incredible scene.
Again,
But,
when
but can I say something, or can I ask something? Have we confirmed that their
Your
contracts
podcast,
are
honey.
done?
Say again.
Have we confirmed that their contracts are done?
what do you mean? Do we have Jerry McDivitt on the foot online? Special caller. Put him through, Frank. Cheers.
No, I'm just saying, like, what is the if they're not
Well,
confirmed
there
as
are
separated?
reports that that Sasha's going to Wrestle Kingdom, right? So in that case, like, I guess her contract with WWE is up. I don't know about the status of Naomi.
It's reports. It's not facts. Yeah.
Sure.
I love the fact JJ's like Sean Ross Sapp for us anyway. JJ's got
He
more
knows
scoops than Mr.
everything.
Sofa.
I can't.
No,
like,
but like
Jack, you
if
must have you must have seen Naomi's like entrance, right? Where it's like Feel the Glow with the super bright
knows
colours and the
just-
dark light.
Was that Ember Moon? Is that?
Oh my
John,
god!
Am I
John.
being racist? Oh,
Yeah.
John, don't waste your time, please.
Oh
look,
man.
Look, I like Becky. I know Bailey is. Alexa Bliss because
You know
Babes
you're
of-
making it worse right now,
Babes
right?
of Wrestling does really well.
Okay.
I'll just
Is
stop
she married
talking.
to or just with Jimmy Uso? They're married,
No, they're
right?
married.
Married, okay.
Which one's Jimmy?
The one that's not Jay. The happy one.
That was really good. I don't know which one's which. I just like
The
I
happy one.
just see the clips of Sami Zayn
The
being a
one,
knob.
the one that likes Sammy, not the one that doesn't like Sammy.
Darling, I don't watch WWE. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, you know who I can't believe you're saying his name. I was like, I'm shook. I'm shook. But okay, fine.
This
What
is
would I have
exhausting.
what would I have watched her doing?
Wrestling
When?
anytime
When
in the
did she
last
wrestle? Tell me the last time
the
she
last-
wrestled as
Anytime in the last
been it 10
10
years,
plus years.
right? I mean,
Wow.
you switched on WWE at
You
some
are
point.
going very Boston tonight, sweetheart. I don't know whether you're aware of this. Your accent is being very strong.
Because I'm shocked at this, Jack.
Are you disappointed?
Guys,
She was with WWE from 2009 to 2022.
but we also covered in depth, at length, and ad nauseum the walkout of
Right.
Sasha and Naomi.
Did I do a lot of talking?
Yes.
She was like, I want to say she was SmackDown Women's Champion for like a year.
Really?
Like 5
Fair
years
play
ago.
to her.
Yeah.
When?
Like 5 years ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I was
Yeah.
too busy being Jack on track.
Right. Fair enough.
Jordan Seeley still calls me that as well. It's quite weird. Jack on track.
So much going on.
Oh, let's see if you see me in my peak. Man,
This is your peak.
I don't know. I give up.
I'm 35 now. My peaks have gone.
Valleys now.
Valleys now, brother. Right. Anyway, that was episode 17 of the Mainly Wrestling Show. Was that a match of the year candidate for you, JJ?
Look, do you know what? It doesn't stack up to, for me, if you were going to ask, it doesn't stack up to Naomi versus Mandy Rose from 2018 SmackDown, but close,
Yeah.
so fair enough.
Hasn't Mandy Rose gone like 400 days now as the NXT Women's Champion?
Oh, so you know who she is, right?
Yeah.
In the last 12 months, I've created the Babes of Wrestling page. And,
See that? You see that? You see that?
So,
You see that?
and
Naomi's
do
a
it.
babe of wrestling, if you ask
Don't
me.
keep digging yourself in. It's getting worse.
do you know what's
Just
even
stop.
worse? I can't find a way of turning the DMs off, and I'm getting a lot of men sending a lot of voice notes.
At least you're not getting any
A few granddads.
I was gonna say when you start getting the dick pics, that's when you know.
Is that when you've made it, Lissy?
That's when you've made it.
I've made it.
I've received. We're gonna end that. We're gonna end it now. Before we'll discuss
I've
this off there.
received. That's it. That's the end of it.
He's been-
Jack, when they ask you for something, you just send them my Cash App.
Do you have a Cash App?
Everyone has a Cash App. Just be like, send whatever you want to this Cash App. Just perfect.
We will stick Lissy's Cash App in the comments below. We will also add. She will send feet pics for the right amount of money. He's been John Jacobs. She's been Lissy O'Malley, and I've been Jack Milling. For episode 17 of the Mainly Wrestling Show, we will see you soon. Ta-ra.
Bye.